How do you feel coming up as a nigga from the cash can? That's love for you. I rehearse so much. How do you want it to? How do you feel coming up as a nigga from the cash can, living in the fast lane? I'm for real. Ran out of breath right there. This has been the Punkery Show, ladies and gentlemen. Rashawn is here. Hendrik is again touching grass as we speak. He said last night, as there are a lot of people in the Discord, that he was going to camp, or whatever the fuck it is. But he got Rashawn here. Loaded show here today, ladies and gentlemen. But I'll tell you one thing. One sign of getting older is that your music taste does not enter this decade. You know what I mean? No Rate My Chase today, but most of the songs that I've picked for that, I don't think there are any 2023 songs in it. There is one that's upcoming. It's Nicki Minaj, Ready Beat Sleaze. Shout out to Decoy and Swing to Biggie. I think they banned Nicki Minaj from the radio a long time ago. But that's what it be. That's what it be. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so let's get into this shit, right? So first of all, some guy last night, I don't remember who it was, but they said, because we were in the Discord, there are a lot of Americans in the Discord last night, and dudes were like, wow. I don't know which dude said it, but a dude was like, wow, I don't know how Rashawn's gonna get up for this one, because I went to bed at like 3:10 last night. But listen to me, I know that B-Bird's gonna say something like, Rashawn, he's pushing the anti-carb agenda again. But listen to me, ladies and gentlemen, alright? When you get that shit out, you don't need to sleep. The demand for sleep goes down, alright? I slept for like 5 hours last night. I stayed in bed for like 7, but slept for like 5.5 hours last night. We good, alright? We got the energy. You feel me? At 30, I got more energy than I had at 18. By far, no contest. You feel me? So get that shit out. Take some notes, cocksuckers, alright? Went to give some blood yesterday. Blood pressure pristine, bro. 102/66. I don't know if that is in Borat or the metric system, but I think that is metric. But pristine, bro. And I eat all the salt I want to. So any bitch that tells you, hey, salt fucks your blood pressure up, go fuck your mother. That's bullshit. But speaking of, well, first of all, let me just shout out Chef. All right, let me just put his video in the chat here, because Chef, I tell you, man, some of these dudes that make some of these videos right here, they need more respect than they get. This is a banger right here, what Chef put up here on the NG site. My God, I'll tell you, Chef absolutely trippy, man. Misinformation, you can listen, I will eviscerate you, B-Bird, alright? I will eviscerate you. Absolutely not. But, yeah, this video is gold. Just take a look. Just, you don't need to watch it right now. Just let it sit in the background, whatever. But this needs more attention, man. I tell you, Chef, all-star of the week for the media team, obviously. So, anyway, loaded show again today. We will have Pwner at the end of the Punkery show. It'll be the NG interview session, whatever the case may be. Hopefully the audio is better. I screwed it up with Jess a few weeks ago. But we'll have Pwner on, and he's a barrel of words. He says he's getting canceled already, so we'll just have to see what happens with him. I'll give him the cover up. I'll make sure that what he says does not get him canceled. You know what I mean? So, anyway, so this show is loosely based on some sports radio show that I watch called the Colin Cowherd. Crosshair doesn't like that, but they have a segment called Where Colin Was Right, Where Colin Was Wrong. So we're going to do a little bit of that today. I'm not really sure about these topics and how I really feel about them, but we'll get it done. So here we go today. That's right, Jess. Just PMB saying, I'm good with Pwner having an interview. He says it's going to be lit. It's going to be lit. It should be lit. So that's what it would be. So here we go. Where Rashawn was right, where Rashawn was wrong on a Saturday. So, where Rashawn was right, the taser suggestion. Now, I was on this fence about this, but yesterday, played a little bit of cop, a little bit. And, you know, it's obviously a lot more complicated when you add more complication to the game, then it just puts more uncertainty into people. But it does take some adaptation, because I tried to tase a few people with Armor, and in fact was playing with cops that did the same thing. And it takes a bit to really get used to. However, overall, I think it's a good change. I think I was probably wrong about saying, oh, this needs to be the number one thing to add on to Zerber, the taser thing. But, you know, it gives warrants or felons a bit more of opportunity in the gunplay, although yesterday may not have been a very good example, because there was a huge cop gathering group going on yesterday called the LSPD Metro, so that might have screwed my outlook on the taser suggestion and how it's been implemented a bit. But hopefully, again, there will be a survey at the end of July. I am not making the survey, because I'm not, right? And hopefully, if there's a survey made, which there should be, people can put their feedback about the taser suggestion. I think right now it's a positive. Maybe it may have to be adjusted in the sense that, let's put it to about 50 armor, you're below 50 armor rather, where somebody can get tased, but, you know, who knows, we can figure that out. But I think I was right about needing the taser suggestion. And where Rashawn was wrong, rejecting TikTok. And, you know, I was around here talking about YouTube Shorts for the longest time, that YouTube Shorts would be our savior. It didn't really turn out to be that way, I suppose. Although not, I mean, only a few people were really making them. But, as a dude, you know, I don't have TikTok on my phone. It was on my old phone, but because of China and all this other stuff, I don't have TikTok on my phone. I don't really use TikTok once at all. I think it's more of a Zoomer type shit, right? But I was wrong to deny TikTok, ladies and gentlemen. Very wrong. People were talking about, oh, we should have a NG TikTok. And I was like, yeah, I'm not feeling that at all. But I was wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely wrong. Now, it was instated about a week ago, and I didn't get a chance to upload any videos to it until last night. But we're feeling it, man. Last night there were about 435 followers. I uploaded 4 shorts to it. 2 of them Ducati relayed to me, and 2 old shorts that I did for my own channel. And I wake up today, and the followers go from like 450 to like 1130. So 700 in the case, or 700 in the span of about 5-6 hours, 7 hours. So, you know, even though, in my opinion, a TikTok view is worth less than a YouTube view, but it really is all the same, I suppose, right? And when I go back to the sports radio show that I kind of modeled the show off of, the dude is the host is 57 years old, but he's always evolving, always knowing. Fixie just followed. He's always evolving. He's always knowing the new shit, what people want to listen to. And even though most of us old heads on this server or a lot of us old heads on the server, don't like the TikTok, me included, you cannot deny its possibility. And here been the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. Because TikTok obviously has a vast audience, but also has a younger audience. You know what I mean? And this is based on absolutely nothing. But if I were to guess what the average age of this server was, and this is a very conservative guess of an age, I would say 24, 25 is probably the average age of people on the server. Ladies and gentlemen, that is too old. I'd bet lower. That's cap, bro. I'd bet higher. I would bet higher. It's definitely not 20. But if I'm right, which I could be wrong, but the average age of this server is too old. Alright, back in the late 2000s, when Crazy Bobs was around, right? The average age of the server was around 16. And the popularity of the server grew with the players' age as well. Right? And as I said, I would guess that the average age of the server is about 24, but if you weight the average by how many hours people play, which I don't think is intuitive with how I just explained it, I would probably guess 26, 27 is probably the average age, which again, is too old. The server's got to get younger, ladies and gentlemen. And the TikTok idea may help with that. You know what I mean? I remember a few days ago, as there are new forms being put on this Discord, and Fixty, shout out to him, he gets age shamed a lot, right? Clementine destroyed Fixty the other day, saying that I've lived in the UK longer than you've been alive, and I thought that was hilarious. However, whenever you hear or see these age-shaming jokes, you might think, oh, well, the server's too old. As in, the players are too old. You know what I mean? And it's gotta get younger. And obviously, as a dude who is 30, me, I don't know how to get the youngins to get on this shit. You know what I mean? Obviously, as I've rejected TikTok, I have no idea how to get the youngins on this server. You know what I mean? But let us go with this TikTok idea. Hopefully, because there are a lot more shorts that I have had from a long time ago that will go on the TikTok account, obviously. And hopefully, one out of every couple of thousand views may get somebody to get on the server, or get on the Discord at least, you know what I mean? Because, as far as I can figure, a lot of those views may be, oh, I'm swiping. I don't know what counts as a view on TikTok, right? Is all you have to do is swipe on a video and not watch it. Does that count as a view? I have no idea. But I suppose the end game goal is to have a person who is viewing TikTok join the server once, or one player out of every couple of thousand views, and that could be something. Fixty said it does. See, he's Fixty is of age to know about the what is a TikTok view. So I'll trust him on that. You know what I mean? So that is what it be. So I'm rejecting TikTok no more. We're gonna embrace it, even though I don't really want to. So there are a few. I wanted to say more about that, but I forgot what I was gonna say. There are a few suggestions on the Discord a few days ago, and oh Lord, Pwner. Oh Lord, I don't know about that one, man. That hurts. But there are a few suggestions on the Discord earlier this week, and I don't usually reply to suggestions unless I think they're egregious. egregious in the sense that I'm not saying they're bad, but I think they will have a very bad impact on the server. And the two of them were a suggestion by, if I can find what the suggestion form is. One was by Pikmin24, and the other was by Preacher. So, well, I mean, they've got downloaded a lot anyway, so it's not like they're gonna put in. But they were both suggestions that they remind me of playing video games as a kid, right? And let's just say, for example, no one knows this game, but let's say Backyard Baseball, right? When I was a kid, I'd play that shit. And of course, if you know baseball, which I don't know if the audience really knows what baseball is, but when the pitcher throws a ball, you have to swing at the exact right time in order to hit the ball. But if you were to play Backyard Baseball and put the game mode on easy, basically what that is, anytime after the pitcher throws the ball, you can click, and your batter will automatically swing at the pitch. Will automatically swing at the pitch as the ball goes over the plates. That's kind of what I felt when looking at the Preacher's suggestion. So, okay, well, I guess the analogy's not really working, huh? But the suggestion was basically, as far as I know, to disallow cops from disabling a warrant's vehicle if their vehicle is worse performing than the vehicle that they're using. When I saw this, I was like, I don't reply to suggestions very often, but we gotta put our 2 cents in this shit, bro. Because the competitive nature of the cop versus felon dynamic would be thrown in the proverbial toilets if this were a thing. You know what I mean? I could swear I saw a timer somewhere here. Somebody said something about a timer that could be put somewhere where a cop could not shoot at a felon's vehicle upon contact with them for like 15-20 seconds, which I just feel like is absolute egregiousness. So you talk about all these competitive games, sports, you feel me? You feel like Call of Duty, CS joke. You're playing sports. This is a handicap, ladies and gentlemen. We ain't doing this. Okay. Imagine playing a competitive game and adding a mercy rule to stuff. Absolutely nuts. If you're playing 2-on-2 basketball with someone and you're up 13-3, is the first thoughts that you're gonna have? Is it gonna be, shit, we're fucking these dudes? Pause. Should we go easy? Should we let them score a few buckets, not play as much defense, not play as much D? Pause. Hell no! You're gonna stomp on their neck. If they suck, you're gonna stomp on their neck. If you're in a Wagner and you see a warrant in a Sentinel, you're gonna stomp on their neck. You're not gonna give no mercy rule. So, when it comes to that, if you want to give a mercy rule at your own discretion, that's your own thing. But to mandate it through the scripts that cops cannot shoot at felons whose cars are worse performing than them, that would water everything down. So, that is a hard, we ain't doing that. You know what I mean? And then Pikmin suggestion. He said, there should be a rule change for cops saying that most of not all... Lone said, I thought I said the Wagner. No, Wagner. Most, if not all, cops go straight to blowing tires. Pause. They don't even chase. I don't know what that means. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. This goes back to the competitive fervor, the competitive nature, all right? When you're chasing a guy, you are trying to find the best way to take them down or arrest them, whatever the case may be. And by far the best way to disable an unsuspecting warrant who, steals a car off the street, don't got armored tires, is to shoot at the tires. Alright? By far the easiest way, because you shoot at the tires, they may spin out, swerve out, then you can get the proverbial ram on them, and then you can ram them over and over again. It's a chain of rams, pause, that you can lay on them, and the chase basically ends. Now, the thing about these suggestions is I understand where they're coming from, and I understand what they want to change. But in my opinion, these are not the right ways to go about it. And Pinkman wants a rule change. So, one of the problems with the server, and this came up a lot last night during the late night Discord talk, is that the rules are very ambiguous, and scenarios and what to do in scenarios are very ambiguous. Hot Tub joined the channel for like 5 minutes last night and asked, if I swim in the water and I'm a felon, does that allow me to get my ass destroyed? I think it's profound when somebody joins the Discord. He sees like 7 people joining in the Discord, and he comes on to ask about a scenario. You know what I mean? But if there was a rule for cops not to shoot at felons' tires, first of all, that's not realistic, because number one, it's the easiest way to get a felon off track, right? And you can't tell somebody, this is completely a mercy rule, okay? And I don't believe in no mercy rules, okay? Either you change something in the script, and here's my idea, right? You change something in the script to lessen either the amount that vehicles swerve or the rate at which vehicles swerve upon shooting at tires. Because I do agree. I agree that chase dynamics could be better. Actually, no, I agree that they should be better. They're not as good as they could be. You know what I mean? And most of the felons that actually trigger long chases know what they're doing. Of all of the Rate My Chase chases that have been and are going to be, as far as what I've worked with already, only about, well, only, how many? Only one, I believe, if I get this right. Only one of the chases that are going to come out is a chase above 5 minutes from a player that you have never heard of. So, that, I think, does give an indication that there should be something changed in the chase mechanic that gives impromptu, newer player warrants a bit of an easier time, especially in 1v1 or 1v2 situations when it comes to chases. You know what I mean? Because it seems to be a bit too easy in that regard. And I said that in their suggestions, that the premise of what they want to change is alright or good, but the way that they're going about it is absolutely wrong. So, that's what it'd be. One more thing, though, about the age of the server. You know what I mean? Because I just talked about Call of Duty and CS Joke and their ages and their player bases and all that. But this server, in some way, feels analogous to the American population on CS Joke, where it was poppin' 10 years ago. There was a lot more of a younger audience or younger player base on CS Joke, just like how back in the day there was a lot younger of a player base on Crazy Bobs, right? But as time went on, the American player base in CS Joke got older, and it wasn't being replaced by younger Americans. So there are a lot of times where you would queue up for a CS Joke match, and if you played the game semi-regularly, you would play the same guy like a week later, which conversely, in Europe, their player base in CS Joke is a lot younger, and even if some age out, younger people come in to replace the people that age out in Europe in CS Joke, you know what I mean? What we don't have on the server is the younger population to replace the already stressed out of who we're relying on, the older, more veteran population of the server, you know what I mean? Because every time that I see someone new on the server and they join Discord, and I hope to myself, shit, they found this server by themselves. And then they say, oh, I used to play Crazy Bobs way back in the day, and I'm like, damn. Not that it's a bad thing, but it's like, you would feel a bit better if people were coming on here who didn't play Crazy Bobs. So, you know. And the thing about it is, everybody talks about, we talk about toxicity and all this, blah, blah. But you're not going to expect intellectuals. If we end up one day getting the younger players in the server, you're not going to expect intellectual young players to come on. Intellectual and young do not go together. Okay? So, either you want the new, young, fresh players to bolster the numbers, but with that, you're going to get dumber people. Or we can have the lukewarm intelligence that we have right now, and the older player base, at least in the context of a gaming community. So you gotta pick your poison at that point, you know what I mean? Because I've never played the other server, but as far as I can figure with the other server, a lot of their player base is young, American, and stupid. That's what you're asking for, ladies and gentlemen. Young, American, and stupid. If you want the numbers, that's what you're gonna get. You know what I mean? So, that's what it'd be. You can talk about young Europeans as well, but I just don't think... It feels like when it comes to the non-CNR or the non-Crazy Bobs player base on the server, it feels like most of them are American. I don't really see a lot of... Or I don't feel like I see a lot of new, fresh, young blood Europeans on the server, which is probably one of the reasons why the server should probably be hosted in America, but I digress, ladies and gentlemen. Pwner said that's how we end up with the guys on voice chat using in-game racial slurs. Yes, but I'll tell you, man, like I said, it's a trade-off, man. It's a trade-off. Everybody wants to talk about more numbers, more players. Well, the more players you get, ideally the younger they have to be, right? Because they've got more time on their hands. Because last week, Candy Ass was like, hey, even though he wasn't co-hosting, but he was like, hey, can you get somebody to co-host who actually plays the game? And I thought to myself later, I'm like, so a 30-something is ridiculing a 30-something for not playing a game. Now, in context, I understand, but without context, that sounds absolutely crazy. So, that's really what it'd be when it comes to that, I suppose. But yeah. So last night there was a lot of Discord talk. A lot of Americans in Discord last night. And we were talking about how the rules are a bit ambiguous and they're a bit slender. You know, as far as it is kind of tough to figure out what to do in some certain scenarios, and the rules do not reflect upon it. And there was an example last night that was being said. Canadians too, yes, there are Canadians too. Shout out to B-Bird and Zypart. They were together last night. But somebody said something last night about a scenario that I thought was pretty straightforward. But it hit me at that time as well. As I just said, common sense ain't so common, but common sense ain't so common. You know what I mean? And I suppose in a future show, I will talk about how would Rashawn fix the rules. I'm not going to do that now because I didn't have enough time. But, you know, there have to be rules and scenarios put out, ladies and gentlemen, that make the same scenarios that players would go under or have a bit more unambiguous, because there are times when players do things and they do things that are wrong, but they genuinely didn't know that they were doing wrong. And usually, especially on the old server, I'd be like, you know better, bitch. Don't lie to me. But this time you can feel the sincerity of some people when they don't know certain scenarios that, you know, they do and it's called wrong. So at that point you can't even punish them because it's genuine, you know. Pwner said the rules are as straightforward as the shape of Matt Patricia's stomach. If you are a Europ and don't know who Matt Patricia is, just Google him and you'll understand what he's talking about. But hopefully next week I'll talk about how I would change the rules and blah, 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 all that. So that is what it be. So, shout out also, yeah, okay, just say his name. Jinitsu just told me that there are going to be a few hot fixes coming out lately. So there will be a quality of life adjustment to the customs menu. Which, upon reading, I don't know what the customs menu even is. So, GG. Evan, excuse me. Somebody else is going to add a new player's quality of life change, right? So I guess there's going to be something to direct people to the new player's hub. Somebody last night talked about how the new player's hub is around, but you've got to hold people's hand in order to have people know that there is a new player's hub. And at some point I'm like, damn, bro, do people in 2023 need their hand held, as Tank would say, so much? But the guy also was correct, because he was like, this is the era of people finding stuff out on their own. Independent learning is gone. And it's true. It's gone. Oh, they were already applied. Okay. Yes, okay, so there were new players' quality of life changes. I don't know what they are. But, yeah. And, more stuff at the... He said Port Authority PD. Is that like an Elysian Island or some shit? A garage, spawn points from the nearest siege. Oh, and ships. Alright, there you go, finally. Or you mean boats or ships? Or both, or I don't know. Yeah, quality of life stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so those have either been released or will be released, whatever the case may be. And Crazy Driver also said that there is 1 week. 1 week is left for people to sign up for the DM tournaments, and they can apply via the NG Forearms on Discord under the DM tournament events. All right, so if you want to show off your DM or shooting skills, sign up for Crazy Driver's DM tournament events, and you can win prizes. Okay, Jinisu said boats, yes. So hopefully, finally get some boat spawns, right? Because that's one thing we've been really missing on this server. You know what I mean? So that's what we do. So yeah, that's really all I have. We're gonna have Pwner on soon. So if anybody wants to talk some shit, I know B-Bird wants to, then you can get your ass up here and all that. I see Tank's hand is up.
Potter, this is for you. So yeah, like half of these guys are brain dead. So I'm gonna be honest. Some of these players know how to play cops and robbers, but they come from a different server, which their hands are being held too much.
So
this is why they're trying to bring in rules from other servers so they could fit with their style of gameplay.
I don't know, bro. I don't think it's just that, man. I think it's a societal thing as well, man. I think it's a societal thing as well.
If you're gonna rob the bank or something, you got a slow car. It's your fault. It's not our fault.
Yeah, I mean that's a great point that I completely forgot I was going to talk about, right? Because there's an analogy, man. You heard of the phrase called "the customer is always right." You heard of that before?
All the time.
Yeah. Oh, somebody get that ass banned, eh? Oh, he's a pussy. You see that? He's a pussy. Some Finnish guy. He said very bad words in Finnish, and then he quit. What a pussy! He didn't take the ban.
No, go ahead.
Well, yeah. So the customer's always right. Now, sometimes that's right. Sometimes that's wrong. Right. But in the way that it's right is, we can say that people should understand that if they get in a Sentinel and start running from cops who are in sports cars, then they should expect to get that ass destroyed very quickly. But they're not beholden to that. You know, they can just be like, by any reason that they can think of, be like, okay, fuck you, I'm leaving. All right, that's the customer or the player exercising their rights to get that ass out of here because they don't like what they see.
See, that's the thing. But the bad thing is that some of these people come from RP servers too, and then like, you give them a ticket. What's the reason? What the fuck? Or you tell them, hey, you arrest them, and then they fucking message you. Why did you arrest me? What's the reason? It's like, what the fuck? These new players coming from RP servers or from other CNR, bro. There's other CNR servers that are like that. Like, you have to give them a reason why you arrested them, and then they understand. They don't have the slash crimes or anything like that.
Well, shout out to the guides team. I guess that's why the guides team was made. So that's
last night we even said people don't read the rules, and actually there's a complaint on Justin. Try to help out the new player. They should actually edit the one with the hit. If you place the hit on said player could come and kill. Of course, kill you to cancel the hit, which is not, it's not actually written in the fucking rule.
Well, yeah. I mean, there was confusion or is about the hit system. And when can you attack a guy who placed hit on you? Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think there should be like more indication. Like, let's say that you get a hit placed on you, and then in the chat it'll say, "You've got a hit placed on you. To cancel this hit, you can go and kill the guy."
Kill Massey. Let's use Massey.
Massey. Yeah, if Massey places a hit on you, then something comes up is like, "Oh shit, Massey placed hit on you." If you want the hit canceled, you can either go and kill him, or you can place a hit back with slash hit. But this is what you hate, man. It's handholding, at least in your,
But in this situation, it's not more handholding because some people don't understand. Like, oh, you DN me, but don't realize they tend to not know that they could kill you because you placed a hit on them. It's the same thing with okay, I understand if civilian could kill a cop for a cop placed a hit on me, I'm gonna kill him. But now here comes the thing: if a civilian places a hit on a cop, why can't the cop do a revenge kill?
Oh yeah, people were talking about that last night. That was the thing I was talking about. That felt intuitive, like, see, but it's like it's not, I guess, because, well, I'll just say, right. First of all, if civilian places a hit on the cop, right, a cop can't get the revenge kill unless they're in a scenario where they are chasing the guy who placed the hit on them and they're a felon, right? That's the clause, right? Just like in Crazy Bombs, right? You can't attack your own hit, but if you are a cop chasing a warrant who placed the hit on you, then you can chase after that warrant. And if by magic you kill them, then whatever. But I don't know.
You know what? I'm still gonna agree with Veg on this. Fucking warrant equals death. I mean, that is so true, man. I mean, it gets annoying with so many warrants that it's just really dumb, man.
Well, with the stun gun, it kind of feels like that already. Fix the ass. I don't understand this part. Some dude comes and tries to cancel it on me. I never encountered this, as I don't place it. And can I attack them back? What if I kill them? Okay.
Because, see, that's the thing. Dixie's always a cop, so I mean...
Okay, so are you a cop or a civilian? That's number one. Let's just get this down. Any. Okay. So let me just read this, because I can't read. So...
That's the issue, too. People can't read rules.
Yeah. Some dude comes and tries to cancel the hit on me. See, that's my brain right now. I really can't process this. Okay, wait. Who has the hit? Excuse me. I have no idea what's going on. Who has the hit?
Oh, he placed a hit on a guy, I guess, as he's talking about.
No, but he said the hit is on him, though. That's the question.
Oh, the hit is depending who placed the hit on him.
So the hit is on Fixty.
Who placed it?
The other guy. Can you okay, I place, he comes and attacks, I kill. Well, yes, if he comes and attacks you, then yes, you
self-defense.
can defend yourself. And, well, as a civilian, yes. If you're a cop, it's a bit,
Now you see what I mean?
Yeah. See, the thing about it is, well, let's just go back to Crazy Belt context, right? If a civilian plays a hit on a cop, I suppose, can self-defend in the way that they want to. I always said that defend yourself as much as you can, but disengage if you can. But sometimes it's not really realistic.
Because, I mean, too many people now complain and moan about little issues that shouldn't be an issue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm saying Fixty, if they don't get wanted right away, then that kind of throws a monkey wrench into it. But if they do get wanted, like, blah, blah, yeah, it's the same as a Civ versus Civ type situation. But if they don't get wanted, then I can just say, defend yourself the best you can. So that really is what it be. But yeah, I think, see, we talked about the customer is always right type thing, right? And it goes back to Pinkman's suggestion about how there should be a rule because cops are attacking people's tires and shit. And it's
why should there be a rule against that? I mean, like, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime, basically.
Well, true. Again, like I said, that's how it should be, but the customer's always right?
Okay, so like, what's the point? You change that rule, and then cops are just gonna be, you know what? Just fucking shoot them in the head. But basically, if you're not allowed to shoot the tires because they're in a slow car and you players, I mean, might as well just shoot their fucking body when you're next to them. That's what's gonna happen. I mean, it's gonna cause again more comp PM, more issues, and then you guys gonna rechange everything, and then it's gonna change again because something is wrong. So basically, you're just gonna put it into Babby mode.
Let me see here. So Fixty just said he will send a clip. Some dude shot me in a plane. Doesn't get wanted. Wait. Some dude shooting me in a plane doesn't get wanted when he shoots me. I end up winning the dogfight and I get a DM warning. Did you get a DM warning from an admin or a DM warning from the server? Because the server can't differentiate. You know. Tank, you saw how fixed he was getting?
Oh, yeah, it was yesterday. He was streaming. Apparently this guy came and shot him. He didn't get, he was, I think he turned yellow, but then it's kind of weird. He died and turned yellow after his death.
Yeah, so yeah, my question is, Fixty, did the server warn you?
Yeah, the server warned him.
Okay, because the server really, I mean, at this point it can't differentiate between, you know, that type of self-defense and cop DM.
You see, that's the thing. Cops are already so fucking what the fuck, because cops can't shoot at anything because right away they get a fucking warning. Yet you want to dumb them more down? I mean...
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I'm not even a cop and I'm defending the fucking cops.
Really? But yeah, man. That's how it be sometimes.
I like the smoke, the smoke thing. No, it's good.
What smoke thing?
Was it Conceited that suggested it? The tear gas?
Oh, the tear gas. Okay. He's got his hand up, so I think he'll probably explain that. That's it. GG Tank.
Alright, let me say something else. So for all y'all brain dead motherfuckers that say I don't play, hey, I do play on a different time zone, so you could go fuck off, take your pills, and chill out. That's for you, Pwner.
There is, ladies and gentlemen, that was Tank. It's never a Punkery without him coming up and saying, okay, I'm not gonna repeat it. Actually, I don't remember what to say. But yeah. Anyway, let's just get Conceited up here. My advertising session that Tank just talked about. Another a Caribbean brother over here.
What's going on, Rashad?
Be good, man. Be good. What you got for us?
Hang on. Yeah, so I'm finally here.
Good.
I'm not actually here to talk about the tear gas since I actually got all my answers.
Good.
But what I want to ask is, like, you put the idea in my head and now I'm thinking about it.
What would that be?
Are you gonna have that Metro Chronicles?
The LSPD Metro Cop Chronicles?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think yes. I haven't looked at any of it, but there's a lot of stuff. So yeah.
Well,
so
the media team better get their asses to work then.
Yeah, the media team. I gotta hire the media team to start doing Rate My Chase stuff. But yeah, last night or yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, there was a lot of cops, part of the LSPD Metro cop GNAG, and they were just moving in waves throughout the map. I said last night it looked like a cold front going across the map, like you're watching the Weather Channel or something. You see a cold front going past. So we got a lot of chases from cops involved in the LSPD Metro, and in some time we'll have the LSPD Metro Cop Chronicles. But you know, that'll be a while because of course the QNVN Chronicles has to come out soon.
Nice.
That'll be good. And Candy Ass asked about where's my no-name felon. Well, there'll be a no-name felon shortly after that or some shit. So yeah, once we get through 2022 shits, we'll do that.
I want to go off topic for a bit. Is that okay?
That's good. That's good.
Okay, so something happened IRL. Okay, I was at the airport and I was at the security checkpoint. There were three ladies standing there, and one of them made a sound. When I looked at her, she was, disabled, and
Ooh.
I think she was probably Down syndrome or something like that. And then everyone started staring at her, and then the other ladies that were with her was like, "Don't fucking stare. That's rude." Like, what do you think about that? Were the people rude for staring at the woman, or what?
Was the woman Trini?
No, they were from the U.S.
Okay. Do you see a lot of Down syndrome in Trinidad?
No, not really.
Were the people staring at her? Were they a mix of Trini and American, or like what were they?
I think most of them they were Trini. They were Trini.
Well, there you go. So my thing is, maybe, as you just said, Trini people ain't used to seeing people with Down syndrome or people with developmental problems, right? So that's probably the first time in a long time or whatever that they've live witnessed somebody doing that. Yeah?
What I thought, like, that was probably like a reflex or something. Like, you just hear a sound and then you just start looking at, like, like, what was that?
Well, yeah. But sometimes it depends on how long do you look. Do you look and keep moving, or do you stare? Because if you stare, it's like, oh shit, what's going on? I ain't never seen this shit before. That kind of feeling.
Yeah, because the woman was really upset. She was like, "Don't fucking stare. That's rude." Like, I honestly thought that it was a reflex, and no one wasn't staring, and to be like, "Oh, that's what's going on here."
See, I don't blame either party. I don't blame the woman for saying, "Don't stare, that's rude," and I don't blame the people for staring, all right? Here's the thing, Conceited, right? So I have seen from two Balkan people. Two Balkan people have said the same story one day. They were at the airport, they saw a black person, and they contorted their body and twisted their bodies around just to see, like, oh shit, there's a black person in the airport, because Croatia and fucking them countries over there don't got black people. You feel me? So they're just a bit more intrigued by stuff that they ain't see or don't see in real life. You know what I mean? So it's a very weird comparison, but that's the best that I have. So I don't blame the people for staring.
I just thought that was really crazy, because I too, like, spun around and was like, "Oh, what the hell's going on here?" And then I saw the way how she was acting. I was like, "Oh, she's disabled." So I was like, I'm not gonna look too hard or anything, because I know to myself that that would make the family of the woman uncomfortable.
Well, true, but I feel like I feel this in life now, like stuff that you would see that's random. Like years ago, people just have gotten used to now, so it doesn't really hit the same. Stuff like that don't hit the same now as it did in the past. So, yeah, that's what it means.
Well, I see Valeras wants to get up here, and the show's gonna end, and Pwner still has his interview, so I'm gonna get down. Shout out to LSPD Metro, though.
Yeah, shout out to the LSPD Metro Ganag. Coming soon, the LSPD Metro Cop Chronicles. So, we got Jamaican here, Valeras. The Bobojivamon, I think, have taken him up, so we're gonna see how he's shaking them.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome, everybody. Yo, I hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you.
Awesome. Yeah. So, last weekend I was in the park, right? I was in the park. I was just getting my rounds at the laps that I go on and exercise and I think, and then you see like a black, the black Beamer, with a blood clot New Hampshire license plate with a BJM as a part of that license plate identification. I'm like, whoa, Bobojivamon is really closing down on us. And I want to just say, big up to everybody who have become aware of the Bobojivamon, because this is what we need. I mean, this is the awareness that we need. We enjoy the NG with moderation. So, brother, there's a lot of pressure me I get. Like, me have to take like a good 3-4 weeks hiatus from blood clot, CNR, NG, because I feel like them boy they are really closed down on me. I'm sick, so Dusty Flop. Don't mean to put Dusty Flop business out the door, but me I gonna do it same way. Dusty Flop, what was it, last weekend? The man played 12 hours on 12 hours when he on the NG server. I'm like, brother, you're better than that, 4 hours could do the trick, man. You'll be less bored of NG if you play 4 hours instead of 12 hours. And then them see me talk to Dusty Flop, I encourage him and say, listen, Dusty Flop, you don't have to play that long hours and so on. And because me I encourage Dusty Flop to not be addicted, but to enjoy the game in a good moderation, they want to come down upon me and they want pressure me. They want pressure you. They want you guys to be literally what you call that?
Lemmings.
What?
Lemmings.
Lemmings. What is that?
Never mind. Couch potatoes.
Yeah, something like that. Brother, it was no joke, fam. And then, also, I want everybody to turn to God. It don't matter if you are black, white, gay, straight, trans, or stationary. Everybody should turn. Everybody should turn to God. No, because God had the answer. You see me?
See, man. So, Valeras, you gonna take a few week break, man? You gonna go on vacation, or are you just gonna take a break?
Some part of it is a vacation, and some part of it is just the evil Bobojivamon trying to pressure me, and they want to just like literally, you see what I go on, on the on the server right now. People complain about everything. And people complain about, people's choices and so on, and people's decisions and shit like that. And people are complaining about the server being this and that and and so on. And people are complaining about how, me don't like this person, me don't like that person. That's Bobojivamon who's really fueling the outrage and fueling all of this disdain of everybody. You understand? Like, the whole complaining and the hating is so blood clot contagious.
The vision?
Yeah. Man, you guys have to just be careful out there. I mean, this is a time where you guys can reject the Bobojivamon and get ahead in your payments, in your bills, in your career, in your jobs and so on. Because there's upward mobility opportunity for everybody in this place here. Our policy right now. There's a lot of a chance for you to grow, develop upward mobility. You understand me? So don't make the Bobojivamon control you and contain you and fuck on up and make you feel bad and make you feel like shit.
This guy's love, man. Don't let Bobojivamon take you up. Alright. Don't be a flub that plays NG for 12 hours in a day. Alright? Because as somebody who periodically once every couple of weeks plays a server for too long, once you get off, you feel a bit weird in the head.
And then there's big up to all of the people who are showing them, the support for the Punkery show. But I also say that there's two boy in the server right now who I say that this Punkery show is shit. These two guys, as well as a batty boy named Lone, right? Those two people are operative of the Bobojivamon, and they want to create discord in Discord and all of the negativity and shit like that. Make them move on. Go!
Okay, I told Lone to take some more zinc, right? He's got to get the tea up, so yeah.
And I think that's will be about it, And big up to everybody out there, and bless up and respect.
Big up Valera, always good to have you on, man.
Yeah, dog.
We got the two Caribbean boys up in here. So that'll been do it. Pwner's coming up pretty soon here, and of course we've been talking about Pwner coming in here, pause for a couple of weeks, and somebody said to call him on Discord. Now, I've only gotten called on Discord once, and it was a very bad. It was a very emotionally bad situation for me, right? Like there are times where I'm not gonna go there, but yeah, it was a very emotionally bad situation for me. So we were gonna ring Pwner up. Ring up my number. Ring up number. Ring up my number. So for the YouTube audience, Punkery show's done. Pwner's coming up in a couple. It's been Rashawn, blah blah.